Hi, my name is Norashida binti Najib. First, I will explain about our project overview. For this project, we were tasked to analyze family financial habits using a Likert scale questionnaire. The main goal was to understand how individual or their family manage their financial, particularly in areas like budgeting, saving, investing, and overall financial literacy. Through this analysis, we aim to identify common patterns, challenge facets, and areas that may need improvement. Next, the project description. To carry out the study, we create a Google Form survey which 10 Likert scale question and 3 demographic questions which include age, gender, and income. The survey focused on key topics such as monthly budgeting, saving priorities, investment practice, financial struggle, and the importance of financial literacy. By gathering this data, we were able to get a clear picture of how people approach their financial planning in daily life.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Adina Husna. Right now, I will walk you through the objectives of our project. First, we aim to identify common financial habits and practices among families. Second, we will examine the challenges people face in budgeting, saving, and investing. Third, we want to assess financial literacy levels and preparedness for emergencies. Fourth, we will highlight the importance of financial education in building stability. And finally, we will present our findings creatively using infographics and presentations for clear communication. So all of these objectives will guide us toward meaningful insights and practical solutions.
Now, I will share the outcomes of our project. Firstly, through this study, we gain a better understanding how families manage their finance across different income levels and demographics. This helps us see the patterns and difference in financial behavior. Secondly, we identify key financial challenges faced by families, such as the rising cost of living, debt management issues, and the lack of investment knowledge. These challenges highlight the areas where families need more support and awareness. Thirdly, the project gave us insight into the importance of financial literacy. We found that being financially literate is crucial in helping families make informed decisions about budgeting, saving, and investing. Another important outcome was the development of our own skill. By preparing the infographic, report, and the video presentation, we improved our analytical thinking, creativity, and presentation abilities, which will be valuable for future projects. Finally, we were able to provide practical recommendations for promoting financial awareness and better money management in households. These recommendations can serve as a guide for family to strengthen their financial stability. These projects not only give us meaningful findings about family finance, but also enhance our personal and professional skill.
Hi, my name is Norashida binti Najib. So now we go into demographic part. So here we can see that the majority of respondents were female, which 58.8%, while 41.2% were male. This means women were more engaged in sharing their financial experience compared to men. In terms of age, almost half of the respondents are between 20 and 29 years old, which 47.1%. This shows that the results strongly represent the financial habit of young adults. Meanwhile, 23.5% are in their 30s and 29.4% are in their 40s and above, which add more mature perspective to the survey. Next, let's look at the income. Here we can see half of the respondents earn between 1,500 to 2,500. It's showing that financial challenge of lower income group are strongly reflected. Next is about 27.8% fall into the 2,600 to 3,500 range, while 22.2% earn in 3,600 and above. This gives us a balanced view covering the struggle of lower earners as well as the perspective of middle and highest income groups. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
For question 1, we asked whether families carefully plan their monthly budget. The results show that about a majority of 35.3% agree and another 29.4% strongly agree where they do value budgeting. However, around 29.4% remain neutral, meaning some families may be inconsistent or informal in their approach. Meanwhile, about 5.9% disagreed, showing that budgeting is not a habit for everyone. Overall, the findings suggest that while most households recognize the importance of budgeting for financial stability, it is not consistently practiced across all families. For question 2, we'll look at whether saving money regularly is a priority in household financial management. The results show a strong positive trend where about 52.9% strongly agree and 29.4% agree, meaning the clear majority prioritize saving. Around 17.6% remain neutral, indicating some uncertainty about consistent saving habits. Interestingly, no one disagreed, showing that everyone recognizes the importance of saving. Overall, saving is seen as a deeply ingrained financial practice and considered essential for future security.
Hello everyone, I'm Nurunuwaira and now I'll be sharing some key findings from my part, focusing on two important aspects of family financial habits, which is investment decision and monthly financial challenges. First, let's look at investment decisions. We asked, do family make investment decisions based on sufficient information? The results showed that many respondents were uncertain or neutral, and only a small portion strongly agreed that their decisions were well informed. This tells us that while some families do take time to research and seek advice, many still lack of knowledge or confidence needed to make sound investment choices. The key takeaway here is the need for stronger financial literacy and access to reliable information. Next, we explored whether families struggle with managing their monthly finances. A significant number of respondents agreed that they do face challenges. The main difficulties reported include rising living costs, debt obligation, and unexpected expenses. This result emphasized the importance of effective budgeting practices and being financially prepared for emergencies. So to conclude, these findings highlight two major insights. First is family need more support and guidance to make informed investment decisions, and second, many households continue to struggle with monthly financial management. So altogether, this insight reminds us of the importance of financial knowledge, discipline, and long-term planning across generations.
Our first survey question asks whether financial discussions are common in the family. The majority, 58.8%, agreed, while 11.8% strongly agreed, showing that most families do talk about finance openly. However, 23.5% were neutral, suggesting that in some families, this discussion may not be consistent or frequent. A small group, 5.9%, disagreed, pointing to a lack of communication around money in a few households. This highlights the importance of regular financial conversations, which can build trust, improve transparency, and support families in making better money decisions together. Next, we look at how confident families are in their financial knowledge. Here, 58.8% agreed and 17.6% strongly agreed that their families understand financial management well. While this shows confidence, 23.5% chose neutral, which may reflect uncertainty or unequal knowledge among family members. Notably, no respondents disagreed, which is positive, but it may also mean that some families are unaware of their knowledge gaps. Our interpretation is that while many families are doing well, there is still room for improvement through financial education and awareness.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Haziq. Today I will present the findings from two surveys from the surveys that we already distribute to our family members. So the question asks whether investment is considered important for achieving financial stability in the family. From the results, we can see that the majority, about 72%, either agree or strongly agree with the statement. This shows that most families recognize the importance of investment as a tool to secure their futures and ensure long-term financial growth. However, around 22% of respondents were neutral. This may suggest some families are still uncertain or lack sufficient knowledge that confidence when it comes to investing. Interestingly, only a very small group, about 6%, disagree, which shows that the idea of investment being unimportant is not widely accepted. Overall, the result highlights that the investment is generally viewed positively, but there is still a room to strengthen financial literacy and awareness. The second question asks whether families are always financially prepared for emergency. Here, the results are even more encouraging. A total of 89% of respondents either agree or strongly agree, showing that most families have good saving habits, emergency funds, or other safety nets to handle unexpected situations. A small group, about 6%, answer neutral, which could mean that feel prepared at times but not consistently. Another 6% strongly disagree, showing that a few families still feel financially vulnerable when facing emergency. What can we say that the findings suggest two important points. First, most families are already confident in their ability to manage short-term emergencies, reflecting strong financial discipline. Second, while many also recognize the value of investment, there is still a need to promote greater awareness and knowledge to encourage more families to see investment as a long-term strategy for financial security.
For question 9, we asked whether respondents or their families members have regretted certain financial decisions in the past. The results showed that many respondents admitted having regrets. This is not surprising because financial mistakes are common and often part of the learning process. What is interesting is that quite a number of respondents were neutral, which suggests that financial experience vary widely among families. These regrets, however, should not be seen as failures but as lessons that can guide better decision making in the future. And the last, for question 10, we asked whether financial literacy should be taught from a young age. The majority strongly agree, showing that most families recognize the importance of early financial education. Respondents believe that teaching children about money at an early age helps building saving habits, discipline, and awareness. In the long run, this prepares them to be more independent and capable of making responsible financial decisions as adults. Through this project, our group gained valuable insight into family finances habits. We found that many families understand the importance of budgeting and saving, but not all can apply these practices consistently. This shows that financial awareness is present, but the real challenge lies in maintaining disciplines. We also observed that investment knowledge remains limited among respondents. Even though people are aware of its importance, there is still a gap when it comes to turning their awareness in action. This highlights the need for more financial literacy initiatives in the future. On the teamwork side, this project strengthened our collaboration and communication skills. We worked together to design the survey, analyze the results, and create an infographic and presentation. Along the way, we learned how to simplify complex data and turn it into clear and impactful insight. Overall, this experience helped us build both financial knowledge and critical thinking skills that will benefit us academically and professionally.
Through this project, we gained several important lessons. First, financial literacy is vital for making informed decisions. We also learned that budgeting is an effective way to reduce stress around monthly expenses, and that having emergency savings helps families handle unexpected costs better. By using visual storytelling, like infographics, we were able to present data in a more engaging and understandable way. Finally, this project also helped us in terms of collaboration and time management, which are crucial skills both in academics and real-life teamwork.
Hello everyone, I'm Nurunuwaira and now I'll be sharing some key findings from my part, focusing on two important aspects of family financial habits, which is investment decision and monthly financial challenges. First, let's look at investment decisions. We asked, Do family make investment decisions based on sufficient information? The results showed that many respondents were uncertain or neutral, and only a small portion strongly agreed that their decisions were well informed. This tells us that while some families do take time to research and seek advice, many still lack of knowledge or confidence needed to make sound investment choices. The key takeaway here is the need for stronger financial literacy and access to reliable information. Next, we explored whether families struggle with managing their monthly finances. A significant number of respondents agreed that they do face challenges. The main difficulties reported include rising living costs, debt obligation, and unexpected expenses. This result emphasized the importance of effective budgeting practices and being financially prepared for emergencies. So, to conclude, these findings highlight two major insights. First is family need more support and guidance to make informed investment decisions, and second, many households continue to struggle with monthly financial management. So altogether, this insight reminds us of the importance of financial knowledge, discipline, and long-term planning across generations.